Hello guys, welcome back to one of my videos. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to fill an array with unique numbers in Python. Python's a new language for me. Well, not 100% new. I've only done one assignment using Python, and the simplicity of it made me want to delve into more, but I never had the time to do so. What better excuse to use Python than to teach you guys about it? Alright, so welcome to my Python series, which I don't know if I'll do more to be honest, but I'll think about it. So for our first tutorial, I wanted to fill an array with unique numbers, meaning that no two indexes share the same number. To do that, I plan on using the random class. So let's import that really quickly. So do import random, like that. I had a couple ideas on solving this problem, but I think the most effective way is to start with the brute force solution first, and then work to a more viable solution. So a brute force method would be to save a temporary variable called temp and fill that with a random number. I would iterate over the array and check if the temp variable equals any index. If it doesn't, the ith position takes on the temp number. However, if the temp matches any index in the array, then it loops around and generates a new random number for the temp variable and does the same steps, because it's a loop. However, this method is a very poor algorithm, and best case, I'm pretty sure, is n squared, since that is the minimal amount of comparisons that will be done. Okay, so from here, now that we found this brute force method, we know that there is a solution. So now our second step is to find a better solution. My second solution was to make a Boolean array that is as long as the range of random numbers. So say if I want my range of random numbers to be 1 million, then I'll make my Boolean array 1 million in size. And then I'll make a second array which will store my unique numbers. And this will be as large as I want it to be, as long as it's within the range's size. Keep in mind though, if the range is really large, you don't want the unique array too close to the range's size. Alright, let's get to coding and see what I'm talking about. So first, let's start with making some variables. Our first one shall be called range of numbers. So range of numbers. And let's make that equal to 1 million. So equals 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 million. And then below it, a variable called total unique numbers, and make that equal 10,000. Total unique numbers, and make that equal 10,000. So, okay, after these two, let's make a Boolean array called bool array, and let's fill it false, fill it false, and then if we just do star 10,000, or not 10,000, we actually want to make it a range of numbers, like that. The Boolean array is, has 1 million numbers, which is the range of numbers. Pretty simple. And so we want to mark them all false, because later on, whenever we put a number inside one of the unique array, we're going to turn it true. And so, speaking of that unique array, our next variable is going to be unique number array as such, and we're going to make that equal, we're going to just set everything to 0 and multiply it, or star total unique numbers. So you can either make the unique number array -1 or 0. If you want to incorporate negative numbers, that'll be fine too. It's just keep in mind that you want to fill the original array with a number that's originally outside that range. I don't think it really will be that much of an issue. But right now, the unique number array is filled with nothing but zeros. So underneath it, we're going to start a for loop. And so for loops in Python are a bit strange. So we do for I in range length. So it's going to get the range of the length of unique number array. So it's going to go from 0 to the total number of indexes in unique number array. I don't know if there are better methods out there, but this is what works for me. Inside the for loop, we're going to have another variable called isIndex free, and we'll set that to true, just like that. Underneath it, let's make a while loop. So while is index free. And so inside the while loop, we'll set up our last variable, and this variable is going to be called temp rand. So temp rand will temporarily hold our random number, and to make temp rand equal a random number, we'll use the random class we imported earlier. random. We don't just want any random number. We want to get a range of random numbers. Range, and then we're going to put in the range from 1 and then to range of numbers, what we saved before. Put a space in there because it's giving me, I don't know, some squiggly line. We're going to check our Boolean array, and we're going to check the index of whatever temp rand is. So whatever number temp rand is. If it's true, then we know that that number is already taken. So temp rand is already taken and is not unique. However, if it's false, we know that the number hasn't been used yet and it is unique, and so we can put it into our unique number array. And so if it's, if it's true, I mean, if it's used, then we just loop back into the while until we find a unique number. In a case that we have a very large range, we don't want our total unique numbers to be really close to that range, because we could be in this while loop for a while before we finally find a viable number, a unique number. We want to mark is index free equal to bool array temp keep making a lot of mistakes. Temp rand. So let's pretend temp rand is 5. If bool array 5 is false, then we know that 5 is a unique number. But if bool array 5 is true, then 5 is not unique. It's already used. Okay, and so now that we got that out of the way, we either want to loop back again until we find a unique number, or we want to store that number and put it into our unique number array, and then go back outside of the loop and go into our next index. What we'll do is if is index free, just like this. So if it's true, then we continue. Else, so right here it's just checking if index free is true, then it continues, it goes back. If it's false, it skips this and it goes down here. And so if it's false, then we want to put that random number into our unique number array at position I, like so, temp rand. Oh, and let's not forget to mark that position in the Boolean array as false. So we'll do bool array and then temp rand, or we'll make it true, So we'll make it true, just like that. So now we know that that position is already taken, and the number, in case it comes up later, is not unique anymore. And that's it. That's the entire algorithm. So I guess our last step is just to print the results. So we'll do print, and Python being amazing and easy, we can just put in unique number array without having to do anything special or extra. And so let's just run it and see what happens. All right. So as you see down here, we have a lot of numbers, a lot of numbers, 10,000 total numbers, and they're all unique from 0 to 1,000,000. If you don't believe me, let's change the range and the total unique numbers down to something smaller. So let's do 5. Let's do 5, and let's do 4, and then we'll save it, and then let's run it. And as you can see, these numbers are all unique, meaning that one doesn't come up twice, and same with every other number. And if we run it again, it's the same thing. Every number is only shown once. We can keep running this 1,000,000 times, and every single time, all these numbers will always be unique, and they will never show up more than once. If you have any requests of things that you want me to try and solve, feel free to recommend them down in the comments below, and I may or may not do them, depending on how difficult the problems are. I have a couple in mind that I actually want to do for my next video, so I just want to practice more of these kind of algorithm questions, just, to give me a chance to just study them, right? And I feel like it's helping other people to understand different kinds of data structures. So it's just whatever. Comment down below for my noodles, and I may just give them to you. See you next time when I solve the P = NP problem. Bye-bye.